G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel. I've been thinking for some time now. I've been seriously contemplating on building an Iconoscope tube TV camera. Yeah, I know I've been for a while contemplating on building an image orthicon camera, but yeah, the setup of it is a bit more complex, and I figured that maybe, build an Iconoscope camera would be an easier approach before building a image orthicon. Yeah, the main reason why I feel it's easy to build this build an Iconoscope camera is because of the fact that the horizontal and vertical coils aren't really that big, and would be easier to construct than to construct one for a image orthicon camera, because you have to it's a bit more complex in setup, and you also have to have a focus coil around the horizontal and vertical coils. But anyway, yeah, the coils be pretty much about, say, that long, and probably, not too much thicker than the neck of the tube from what I've seen. So that'd be quite simple to build. It doesn't really require a focusing coil at all for electronic focus, because pretty much the beam is just scanning the image focus onto that photosensitive plate at the back there by the camera lens. So yeah, when this is in operation, you'll pretty much see an inverted image or picture upside down on the photosensitive plate, and the beam from the gun end of the tube will scan the plate from top to bottom, and the returning beam will the picture will come out, the electrical impulses will come out from the target here, the target connection here, and to the camera circuitry. Anyhow, where it does actually get complex is the fact that because it's scanning on slant, you need sort of like keystone distortion correction circuitry, because the picture will look kind of trapezoidal otherwise, and there's also an S correction factor, which I think where the picture is initially distorted, but with S correction it'll make the picture nice and straight again. Yeah, I'm not really clear on how it's all done, but once I read out my notes I'll get a better picture of it. Anyway, yeah, I've got plenty of literature and pictures to get some ideas. Firstly, here's a diagram of how the iconoscope is. So there you can see you've got the taking lens at a distance from the front of the tube, and there's the plate just at the back of the tube there. Yeah, you got it's got an anode ring, and you got your target connector at the bottom there, which goes to the preamplifier to amplify. So that's where all the video information goes after the beam scans the photosensitive plate. So you got the scanning beam, and you got the electron gun, and you got those brown coppery looking wire things there are the deflection coils, and yeah, they're not really that big, so it'll make it a bit easier for me to construct. Anyway, pulling up another picture, here's the iconoscope tube housed inside of the camera head. So I'm going to be constructing it so it sits nice and snug inside, and the tube itself will be well positioned and protected. But yeah, it's the tube featured in this camera here is actually an older type, where it's got a more of a rounder sort of look. This is like early to mid 1930s era, and there you got the lens at the front. And that's pretty much how I'm going to be building an enclosure, something like that. I'll probably likely build it out of wood, because it's a lot easier for me to construct cabinets out of wood than that of metal, because I don't have any welding equipment, or I don't really have the bending equipment and all that sort of thing to make a metal enclosure. But anyway, moving on. Okay. Yeah, I'm more than likely going to be building the circuitry around this schematic diagram, which is of an 1846 Iconoscope camera circuit, which I believe is the bomber camera circuit, which is for the cameras that were used on those bomber planes back in World War II to guide, which were an aid to help guide the unmanned bomber planes to their target. But yeah, as seen here, the circuitry is actually a lot simpler than that of an image orthicon circuit. It's just pretty much several valves and resistors and capacitors mainly, and some inductors here and there, and the tubes the valve tubes are pretty much obtainable from what I've seen on eBay. There's not a great deal of tubes. It's pretty much about 5 different types of tubes to buy. So yeah, that makes it a lot easier than having to look for unobtainium stuff. But anyway, now just going through me pictures and stuff. Just find an example of how an iconoscope picture actually looks. This is like a screen capture, a screen photo taken from the 1939 World Fair. The actual iconoscope tube used for, actually no, they actually did use the same size iconoscope tube as the 1846, but they actually used an 1848, which I guess is pretty much the same as the 1846 in terms of the pictures it makes. But anyway, yeah, this is a photo snap of the 1939 World Fair. The picture's a bit blurry because that's because of the photography and all that, but you get this sort of general idea. The pictures would, from the naked eye, would look quite good. You of course get some shading effects, some bit of vignetting sort of look to it. But yeah, that's the general characteristics of the iconoscope tube. The pictures are actually quite good. Yeah, as I've probably mentioned in previous videos, a Japanese engineer built around an 1846 iconoscope a solid state iconoscope camera, and he having all the tools and all that by his side and his engineer expertise, he pretty much built it from the ground up. Engineered the cabinet, built the circuits, looked more like circuitry inside of an RCA TK76 camera. But there's him in action. I believe his name's Yoshio Osaka. Just find out. Yep, no, Yoshio Osaki, that's his name. But yeah, brilliant Japanese engineer. Anyway, there's his project at work. Progressively building it all. Might find one of the cabinets. Yep, he pretty much constructed the cabinet all from scratch. The enclosure, very nice and neatly arranged. And that's where he's having the taking lens, which will focus the picture on the back. But he's testing it out with a test pattern at the moment. He used a modernistic viewfinder for it. And here on the screen is the picture coming from the 1846 iconoscope. Very impressive. I mean, it looks as good as that of a well adjusted Vidicon camera of the 1960s, 70s era. But yeah, it's saying right, the picture's the pictures are actually probably more superior than that of the image orthicon, in the respect that you get no image halation. You don't get any halation around the bright highlights like spotlights and all that, just like you do on image orthicons, but that's just my own personal opinion. Moving forward now, just moving a bit further forward. Yeah, his first tube actually sort of sprung a leak, and so he had to find another 1846 tube, and so he did, and put it back in, and there we go. That's his camera in operation, filming around somewhere in Japan. And here's another off the TV screen shot of the Iconoscope in operation. Very nice image. And here, a bit further up, that's the viewfinder picture, and a bit further up you'll actually see the actual video output from this 1940s Iconoscope tube, which looks like that. And that is a very nice, good picture. Very, very good for 1930s, 1940s era standard of television. I mean, you wouldn't even think that these images actually come from an image tube that dates the 1940s. That's just absolutely amazing. Anyway, that's pretty much a taste of how an Iconoscope picture would look. And yeah, I hope to make this tube work and output a good 1940 style black and white picture. So anyway, that's the plan. I plan to build the enclosure around this tube and take it from there, and hopefully get this camera constructed. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the resources and the knowledge and the motivation up to really put this into full swing. Anyway, yeah, next time I make a video will be when I actually start constructing the enclosure. So stay tuned for it. Hopefully they'll be in the not too distant future, like it has been for me image orthicon camera. So yeah, anyway, stay tuned for that video. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel signing out.